Okay. Just waiting for the Instagram.
Mhm.
All right. We are live. Welcome back, everybody, to Sacred Sundays. And I'm Energy Healing with Steve, and we have Kat from Well Earth Holistic.
Mhm. Hello, everybody.
Yes. Oh, here I am getting set up, and I've got some pumpkin seeds and cashews, and
You're
I'm
We're
all
gonna have
ready.
a snacky Sunday. Snacky
Yes.
good Sunday.
All right. Here we go.
Awesome.
We'll just give it a few minutes.
Oh, let me just mute that. Wish there was a way to easily mute
Yeah, for real.
instead of having to just hold my volume button down all the way. Some crazy wind out there today.
Yeah, there's a couple of tree branches that have been knocked down here.
It's crazy.
So we're just getting a few minutes. Who did we have that join? Oh, IBYYZ. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. So I'm just trying a different setup. So if I'm looking sideways a little bit, is because my monitor is on the side.
Right.
Because I tried to use the iPad for this, and it obviously doesn't work well. So I have to use my computer with a webcam that's like with a really long USB cord.
Ugh,
And so it's actually attached to my TV, believe it or not.
Have you got a smart TV?
No, it's just it hooks up to the computer. The computer hooks up to the TV.
Right.
Through an HDMI cable.
Got it.
Okay. Let's see. We're just waiting for a few more people to join, everybody, so just bear with us. We also have the draw today because the person that originally won, I tried to contact the person and I did not hear back, so we will be redrawing. Yep. And that was for the quite a while ago still, maybe about a month ago, we had Tarot Day.
Yeah.
And so for all the viewers that were on that specific day, their names were put in a draw for a reading. Okay.
Yeah, that was a big group we had for National Tarot Day.
We did.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Why can't I see? Can you see the names popping up on Instagram there, Kat?
So I see Christina.
Okay. Well, hi, Christina, and I think I see
there's Sandy. I see Sandy, but it doesn't pop up automatically. I have to go to view to see an updated list.
They must have changed something.
Yeah, I think they did. So yeah, I see Sandy and Christina, but that's it so far.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just keep an eye open. Okay. All right. So I think we'll start with our typical disclaimer, everybody. So I'm Steve from Energy Healing with Steve and Kat from Well Earth Holistics. And the disclaimer is we do tarot readings, and they are not they're not to replace any kind of legal advice, medical advice, or financial advice.
Yes.
Of course, we're for arts and entertainment purposes only. Kat, maybe introduce yourself and what you do, and then I'll go next.
So my name is Kat. My company is Well Earth Holistic. My mission is to support the holistic well-being of people and their pets, and to a certain extent, the planet as well. So I'm a Reiki master and an animal Reiki master, and I work with the energies of people and their pets, people with or without pets, pets with or without people. And just to help them maintain equilibrium and harmony in their health and well-being. And I'm also a permaculture enthusiast, so I also teach people how to grow their own food with where they are, whether they have land or not, if it's in containers or in land, how to start seeds, sort of general coaching there. And I'm also a maker. I make things that come from herbs and plants from my garden. And I read tarot because it's a great exercise for your intuition. I think everybody should learn some form of divination, whether it's tarot or runes or a pendulum or crystals or anything like that. I think it's a very good exercise for your third eye and to help you connect with your intuition. So I'm happy to join Steve on Sundays for the Sacred Sundays.
All right. Hello, Sandy. Thanks for joining. I see you're joining. And I think Kimmy, I think you're new. Thanks for joining. And we're going to start. Oh, maybe I should introduce who I am. So I'm Steve, Energy Healing with Steve. And what I do is, obviously, I do tarot. I do energy healing with Reiki and crystals combined, sound therapy, and my latest venture is mediumship. So stay tuned for that. I'm still working on that. So that's that. All right. Let's start off with the weekly tarot reading. Kat, I will let you go first.
Okay.
Go right ahead. And tell us what deck you're using.
Absolutely. So this week, I'm going to be using my Folklore tarot deck that I got not too long ago. It's the cards are absolutely beautiful. That's the back of the cards. They're illustrated by a Montreal artist by the name of Rowan Ortons. She does beautiful artistry. And what she's done is she's taken mythical creatures and embedded them into the major arcana of this deck. So, and as it happens, I've pulled 2 major arcana this week, so you'll get to see them. So the cards, yeah. So these are the cards that I pulled for this week. So we've got, and I'm just going to take a minute to show you the 2 cards that I pulled, that are major arcana. So the Star. So the Star, and there's a little booklet that it comes with, and it tells you if you want to know what all of the mythical, because some of the mythical creatures you've heard of, and there are some that you probably haven't because they're a little more obscure. So the Star is a Sumerian goddess, Inanna, later called Ishtar by the Babylonians. So she's the one that they're using to represent the Star. And then Justice is the scales. That's kind of a...
Yep.
They've got something in the scales, a feather and a heart. So the Justice card, I think it's more about Maat, which is an Egyptian goddess and the embodiment of truth, justice, and order. So it's really cool how they embedded those mythical creatures into the deck, and it all aligned really beautifully. So it's a great deck for that. So the cards that I pulled in order are the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. The 7 of Pentacles keeps coming up. Steve and I were just remarking that, and then he's got a card too that comes up a lot. So we're like, we've got to do a little bit of a exploratory read on why these cards keep coming up. And then we got the Star in reverse, and then we got Justice upright. So the story this is telling me is there's some anxiety or denial over your finances this week. Something you've invested in isn't going to pan out. Again, we're not financial advisors. So if any of you out there have got money that you've invested somewhere, maybe talk to your financial advisor. Maybe you just to make sure you weren't given wrong advice or you've covered all your bases. So for this week, it's some of you are going to have this on your mind. You're going to be concerned about your money and maybe not paying close enough attention to it. So time to maybe just take a look at things, reassess them with your financial advisor, make sure everything's on the up and up. And for some of you, this is going to be causing some real anxiety, some mental health issues. You may just be overly pessimistic in your view. You may just be a little bit bitter and resentful, and it's time to turn that around. This week, the theme is going to be getting yourself out of this funk. and turn the star around so that she's upright. Okay, so it's time to choose your attitude over things, whether it's your money issue or something else that you've got going on in your life. The star in reverse is saying it's time to turn that around. This is important. Your attitude is always a choice over things. There's no such thing as a positive event or a negative event. The event is just the event. Your reaction to it is what causes it to be positive or negative, and you have a choice there how you're going to feel. And seeking balance is going to be key. And so this is maybe in alignment with the fact that your mindset isn't quite right. This week, the focus should be on balance, achieving balance in all areas of your life so that you're balanced. While this card speaks to more external factors, bringing in balance, there's things external to you that you don't always have control over, but you can balance your approach to them, your attitude, and how you're employing them. So watch your money, try to turn around your mental situation and seek balance. Those are the cards that's what the cards are saying to me. What are your thoughts on that, Steve?
Oops. Yeah, so your first one was the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse position, correct?
It was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that to me, in the upright, it's about having patience and waiting, and sometimes being discouraged because what you're doing it's not coming fast enough, right? So maybe in the reverse position, you know what? People are starting to lose their patience. They're starting to lose hope in things. And maybe you're right, Kat. It is about finances because people are seeing their pockets drain or their bank accounts drain, right? And then the next card you pulled was it the star?
Mm-hmm.
And the star was in reversed?
Yep.
Okay. So there again, the star, you have like new beginnings and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, but in the reverse position, it is like an internal thing. It's kind of opposite. There's a block. You're not allowing yourself to start something new, and I think it's dependent on what we see, in the card just prior, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're losing your patience, and you are not going to see clearly to start something new. So that's why there's the block. And then the last card that you have was the scales,
Justice.
Thank you. Justice. So, that I would say, like Kat said, is the major theme for this week. And I echo what she said because you do need to balance your financial, okay, with your new beginnings. And the 3 cards that I pulled is about balance as well. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, Kat, I think you nailed it like dead on, right? It really is about watching your money, balancing your life, and yeah,
your attitude around it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Sandy. Yeah, I see your question, Sandy. So we will get to it right after my reading. Okay. So the first card that I pulled is the 2 of Pentacles. So the 2 of Pentacles, like Kat said, it's all about balance. And here is this is your career, this is your financial. So you're kind of not only you're balancing, but maybe you're taking on a little too much. And that's why you're trying to juggle these things around, right? The next card that I pulled is the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is really about, there's a little bit of, you're kind of like in a relationship of some sort, whether that be a friendship, a spouse, or some other relationship where it's not meeting your needs and you feel disappointed and you feel discouraged. And so you're walking away from it. You're choosing to leave that behind. That's a pretty powerful card. And lastly, we've got the Knight of Cups, another Cups card, okay? Another card about relationship. The Knight is about, it's like your Prince Charming. So it is your significant other, your partner, your relationship, that sort of thing. And this is somebody who's, maybe has swept you off your feet. And I believe with this card as well, you could be looking at potential proposals and things like that from the Knight of Cups. Now, if I look at all 3 of them combined, So we're starting with the Two of Pentacles and working across. What I really see here is that we need to balance our workload this week, because the center card really it's walking away from the work towards the relationship. So, look at what you're doing at work. Is it taking too much time, even from your home life, from your personal life? Because that could be causing some damage and some tension, right? So maybe give this balancing act, really put some projects on the back burner and focus on your personal life, on your love life, on your friendship, on your friends, and so on, because it's going to take a toll if we don't. So we need to balance our lives here. What do you think, Kat?
Yeah, I think there's interesting alignment there between the two, where there's a balance aspect. When you pull that card up, right, it means you're doing a very good job at balancing things and resources. And again, the Pentacles, it's a Pentacles card, right?
Yep.
That's finance and resources. So interesting that that's coming up in your pulls as well. And then the Eight of Cups is, right, like you say, some of you may have to make a conscious decision to call time of death on one of those two pentacles that you're juggling. And
Yep.
maybe it is about looking at your finances again, like my spread said. Maybe it's resources or property or something else, but there's something that you may have to make a decision to walk away from. And the Knight, he definitely represents love. He definitely represents relationships, and also the progress, moving quickly towards that. Knights are fast moving.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So for some of you, there's sort of relationship aspect to next week. Interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely very interesting.
I forgot to mention the deck that I'm using. It's the Pride Tarot. And obviously I pulled this one out for the month of June.
Yes.
It is Pride Month. All right. But actually, some of the images here are really, really nice. I like them. All right. Okay. So before we get on to the questions, should we do the wheel?
We should do the wheel. Yes.
Okay, so while I put that on the screen, you can describe what the wheel was for, Kat.
Yeah, so some of the people that are on tonight may know, but if you don't, or anybody who's watching this video later, on World Tarot Day, which I think was, it was about a month ago. It was the May 25th, I think, was World Tarot Day. And we did a draw for a free tarot read, 3-card tarot read from me and Steve to the lucky winner. So the people that attended the live that day all had their names put in the draw. And we unfortunately weren't able to contact the winner. So we're going to do another draw to see if we can get another winner here. So if you were on the call on that day and you're on the call now, good luck to you. Good luck to everyone. Right. So Steve's going to go ahead and spin and see what we get.
Daniel Framo. So that is, I want to say that is someone from YouTube. So Daniel, if you're watching tonight, contact us. Again, we'll give it a week. If we don't hear anything within the week, then we're going to redraw. And I believe, Sandy, I'm pretty sure your name is in here. So we're going to keep going. And something tells me you're going to get it. All right.
Would that be something?
All right. So I'm going to remove this from the screen. All right. Here we are. Okay. Now we'll get on to our questions. So Sandy, I believe you were first. And your question is there anything for me tonight? So, Sandy, I'm assuming
for Sandy.
Yeah, a general read for Sandy. Kat, are you going to be doing your signifier card?
I'll do the signifier. So, Sandy, I just need to know if you're over or under 30 and your astrological sign. Please, I'm gonna use a signifier card for you to pull your card.
All right. There's a
So
couple more
everybody
questions coming
wants to
up. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So it looks like so, and then Kimmy and Christina as well, I think want reads. So yeah, Kimmy and
yep.
Christina too in the chat. Please just put whether you're over or under 30 and your astrological sign. I believe you're all female, so you don't have to confirm the gender. But yeah, I just need to know those data points so that I can pull your card. But we are starting with Sandy. So while I'm
Sandy,
waiting for these
in the
answers,
chat box, for anyone that wants a reading. Okay, so Christina's over 30 in Capricorn. Sandy and Kimmy, can you put your astrological sign and whether or not you're above or under 30, please, so that we can get, so Kat can get the signifier card for you.
yeah, I am shuffling for Sandy right now. So
Sandy is over 30 and Pisces. Thank you, Sandy.
thank you, Sandy. So you're a Queen of Cups.
Okay. Let's see here. I like to close my eyes and see what comes out. And this deck is a little bit slippery, so I might shuffle them differently. Thank you, Kimmy. Kimmy is also over 30 in Pisces. Interesting.
That is interesting. Two Queens of Cups. I love it.
Oh, Jamaica, I see that. I see you there. Hang on, we'll get to you as well. Okay, reading for Sandy.
Okay. So I have a reverse Queen of Swords for Sandy. So, Sandy, is there somebody in your life that you're working with that's maybe an air sign, maybe a coworker or somebody? There's somebody here maybe you're struggling in a relationship with? I don't know if that's ringing a bell. But
Yeah,
this
and
is
maybe some descriptors of the Queen. It's Queen of Swords, correct?
Queen of Swords.
And
So
so
she's either an air sign.
Yeah,
right?
she's also somebody who typically doesn't take any BS, and she'll
Yeah.
use that sword to cut through bullshit,
Yeah.
and to seek the truth and speak the
Mhm.
truth, right?
Mhm.
So that is the Queen.
Yeah.
And so
She's often a professional. She's often a little alienates herself from people sometimes a little bit because she's a little too. She has no inner monologue. She's a little too cut to the chase kind of thing. Is there somebody in your life like that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Sandy, yes.
Yeah. So this is I guess a concern for you right now. I don't know. We'll see what Steve pulls. He might be able to add some color to why she's making an appearance here in your read.
Yeah, I pulled the Hangman. So Sandy, yeah. So the Hangman really is about looking at things differently from a different perspective. So I think if there is tension between you and that Queen of Swords or that person, maybe I think the advice that I would give is try to look at things from a different angle. Because if you're like me, we're like a train on rails, right? We don't really divert from the path. And that could be causing some tension. So that's, I think that's the advice from these two cards. I hope that resonates.
From your perspective, maybe. I wonder. Yeah. You need to see she's maybe struggling right now with something, and because she is who she is, it's hard to get into somebody's shoes sometimes, but she's probably there's something going on with her that you need to try to see it through her eyes, maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Help the relationship.
Okay. So then we have Kimmy. Kimmy is also over 30 and Pisces. So let's pull a card for Kimmy.
Kimmy. Okay. So I placed the Queen back in here, and I'm just going to give it a good shuffle. See what cards say for Kimmy. more cut. Okay, interesting. All right. Let's see where the queen ended up.
Okay, do you want me to go while you look for the queen?
Yep.
Hmm. Okay, so Kimmy, the card that I pulled is the King of Cups. So with this card, this could be somebody around you as well, because it is a court card, so it represents the traits of another person. And the King of Cups is somebody who's mastered their emotions. And they're somebody that they will show their emotions if they trust somebody. Otherwise, it's almost like a poker face deal where you're not going to know how they feel or what they're thinking. The king is also somebody I would say a little bit maybe older, who's or wiser, who's experienced a lot of emotional ups and downs through their life. This could be a female as well, not just a male. Um, so let us know if that is somewhat resonating, if there's someone around you with these characteristics. And Kat, maybe you can add more sense to this card with what you've pulled.
8 of Cups in reverse. So that the king there, again, it's hard. You pulled yours first, so I'm going to presume your card sort of leads the narrative here. But is this King of Cups could be somebody that's in your life, or could be somebody that you work with. And something involving them is causing you to make a decision to walk away from something that's maybe ill-advised. It's maybe upright
Almost,
is
yeah,
a
because
better
sorry,
decision than it is when it's upside down, right?
yours was the Eight of Cups in reversed.
8 of Cups in reverse, yeah.
Okay, so I almost feel like you had both cups, Kimmy. So there's definitely some
Mhm.
sort of relationship involved here, whether it be a friendship, a partner, a boss, something, a coworker, something like that.
Mhm.
And it's almost as though internally you want to walk away, but it's not happening.
Yeah.
And that other person, that king, is almost, I feel like they are causing you some kind of turmoil, maybe some, I don't know, maybe they're narcissistic, maybe they like to play games. Does that make any sense, Kimmy? Just let us know if that makes any sense.
It could also mean that he's influencing you in a negative way to move away from something or to sort of stray from your path. There's a path that you're on, and
Mhm.
this person is maybe negatively influencing you. Um, there's a couple of ways that that card can be interpreted, but
So she's saying yes, it
yeah,
does.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And that
Um,
might be a good use case for booking some time with Steve to do a deeper dive and what's going on
yeah.
there. How do we
So
fix it?
yeah. So I think for all of us that are on the live, these are just two card pulls, right? So they're going to give very generic information. Um, if you want something a lot more specific and a lot more detailed, and maybe some potential scenarios for solutions, then contact me. We can book something, and we can pull a slew of cards and see what comes up for you.
Mhm. Just
Okay.
dive right deep into it. Yeah.
All right. So next, I
This-
believe it was Christina.
Christina is the
Over
Gemini.
30,
That's,
no, over 30 Capricorn.
oh, that was Capricorn. Okay. Oh, we've got somebody else in here.
Yeah, we do.
That's Gemini. Oh, wow. Everybody. Oh, boy. Okay. Are you keeping track?
I am. I'm scrolling up and
Okay.
down. So if I'm looking down and not at the camera, that's why.
All
All
right.
right.
So it's Christina is our Capricorn. So that's our Queen of Pentacles, Christina. So let's see what the cards have to say for our Queen of Pentacles. Hmm. Okay.
All right.
Cups.
Hmm. All right, I got the card. Did you get yours?
I got mine.
Okay, you go ahead.
King of Wands.
Mm, interesting. Okay.
Right. So this is an individual who's very accomplished. He's been very successful in business. He's very sure in himself and very he's achieved a lot. He's achieved his goals. Anything he sets his mind to, he can achieve. So I don't know if there's somebody in your life that resembles this person. If it's a wand sign, so it could be a fire sign. Somebody who's fire signs are Aries, Leo, and
Leo.
what's the other one? I've got it here. Aries, Leo, and Sag.
I was just gonna say Sag. Okay.
So that could be representing somebody who's one of those signs, or just somebody who's, or this could even be an aspect. If that's not ringing a bell, it could even be an aspect of you. Like, are you, let's see what Steve has, and then we'll do a little bit of a deeper dive into that, what else that might mean.
So it's interesting, Kat, because you pulled the King of Wands and I pulled the Knight of Wands. So, Christina, there's something and somebody, or you're surrounded by people there that are very fiery and very passionate. Okay, so, the Knight of Wands is typically somebody who's going to run into a burning building to save someone else, right? So they're very action oriented and they're very fast paced.
Yeah, they sometimes are a little impulsive too.
Right. And then you've got the king that Kat pulled, who is somebody, again, because they're a king, they've been through all of this, the fiery, this passion, this creativity in life. And they're sitting on their throne, and they're able to use that creativity and passion for all different purposes when needed. So they know how to control it, right? Christina, is it making any sense to you? Are there people around you that are very high energy, have a lot of passion, have a lot of fire?
Male energy. Yeah, a lot of fiery male. Like this king was the knight, and he grew up to be the king.
Yeah.
Right. So this could be one person and their sort of maturing stages, or this could be an aspect of yourself that you're trying to. The king represents, if it's figurative, the king represents your ability to just really control your projects, and the knight represents just you still got that kind of more youthful. You're good at what you do, you're disciplined, but you still have that youthful, creative, energetic kind of aspect. So it could be two men.
And the other thing that I see here is there's growth, right? You're going from the knight to the king. So Christina, there is growth. I almost feel like this could potentially be you. I know some of this, some of what you're doing is you're growing spiritually as well. So you're blooming from like the knight to the king, but I don't know if this is representative of someone around you. So I want you to think of someone around you that is potentially maybe in a new career or starting new projects. And they're those projects are in motion, they're developing, right? And they're very smart and they know how to handle these projects. So does that make any sense at all?
Saying it's resonating.
Okay.
So that's great.
My comments are just not scrolling right now. Okay.
Who's next?
Let me see. I'm just double checking here. We've got Jamaica, Jemica, and under 30 in Cancer.
So that's Jamaica. Okay, so we are a Page of Cups. Let's see what the Page of Cups, the cards have to say for the Page of Cups. And I think that's a Selkie. That's the mythical creatures, the Selkie.
Oh.
Let's see this one here.
I haven't pulled this card in a long time.
Well, finally, some new cards. We are shuffling, people, honestly. But the same cards keep coming up a lot of the times. I find that so interesting.
Okay, do you want me to go first?
Yep, go ahead.
And mine's a so Jamaica. Mine's a major arcana card. Okay, and I pulled the Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit. I really like this card. The
Mm-hmm.
Hermit is somebody who's basically they've done a lot. They've climbed that mountain to get up to the top, and now it's time for like you're pulling back. You need to go into that hermit phase, right? So self-reflect and see what's been happening. The other thing with the hermit, they're holding a lantern, which is on, so you're being guided by the light, which is
Mm-hmm.
very important. So I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you have someone that's crossed over, that is they're around you and they're helping you with your path and going forward. But you've done quite a bit so far in your life to be able to get to the top of that mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what the card that Cat pulled.
So, judging on my card, which is an Ace of Swords, I might, because sometimes the way you interpret cards changes depending on how they're aspected to other cards. So this almost makes me wonder if that hermit could be talking about a mentor that maybe you want to work with, or one that you have been working with, or somebody that you could have as a mentor that can help you sort of strategize on your ambitions and some of the plans that you have for your career or life in general. It might be time for you to seek out that guidance from somebody, and if you do, it'll be really helpful in helping you achieve your goals. So I mean, mentorship is always a really great relationship in any aspect, whether it's your personal life or your professional life. A life coach is somebody who's more seasoned, who's been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, and now you can work with them and leverage all of that tacit knowledge that they've gained from their experience that they had to learn. They're going to give you that for free, and so you can sort of skip through all those painful lessons that they've gone through. So I don't know, Steve, what do you think? How would you interpret?
Yeah, yours is the Ace of Swords, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So the way I look at this one, for Jamaica, what I see is like you need to go through this hermit phase, and then once you go through this hermit phase, you know what you've done in your life and so on. Then when you come out of it, you're going to have a fresh start with the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords represents new ideas that are given to you from the divine. And it's funny because you also are being guided by the light here. So there's definitely people that are watching over you. I think this is a really good reading. So yeah, go through this phase, self-reflect, maybe rest, hibernate a little while, because you're going to come out strong with that new idea.
Pay attention to the nudges that you get from the universe, and if you're getting support from older people, or if you're feeling sort of guided to take some knowledge from different places, take it and use it, because it looks like the time is good for you to use that to help yourself
Yeah,
accomplish some goals. Yeah, very cool read.
yeah, Jamaica. Let us know if that resonates at all, if that makes any sense to you. Okay, the next one we have is Pretty Little FP under 30 Gemini.
Okay, so that is also, oh, that's a Page of Swords. Page of Swords. So Felicia, her name is Felicia.
All
Thanks for
right.
joining, Felicia.
Thanks everyone for joining. This is great.
All right, Page of Swords.
Okay. Yeah, this card came, it purposely flipped over, so I will wait for you to get yours.
My cards are I'm still breaking them in, so they're not terribly easy to flip through. So that's why it's taken me a bit longer than normal. Page of Swords. Where are you? Two Cups. Page of Swords. There you are.
All right. So I just want before we go for the reading, Jamaica. She said thank you. I've definitely started that hermit phase, guided by the light. Every even mentor makes sense to me. Thanks again. You're very welcome.
Perfect. Nice. All
All
right.
right.
So I pulled a major arcana for Felicia.
Okay.
Probably the best one that there is in the deck, which is the Sun.
Oh, I love it.
It's a beautiful card, Felicia. So we've got this is the cards are saying this is a wonderful time for you right now. You've got success and happiness ahead of you, and all is well in the world right now. So you're in a phase of your life where things can go your way, which is lovely. Let's see what Steve has to complement this.
So it's actually interesting, Kat, because it's the polar opposite. So
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
but I think I know where it's going. So
Okay.
I've got the nine of swords, and the nine of swords really is it indicates it's a card of like anxiety and not
Mhm.
sleeping well, nightmares, things like that. So
Mhm.
as you can see, the two cards, Felicia, are very polar opposite.
Mhm.
Um, in tarot, we always take the major arcana to be the leading card for the most part, not always, but the most part. So, like Kat was saying, it's very possible. The sun is, it's a great card. It's a very positive card.
Mhm.
And it is also about new beginnings and things are going really well. Maybe, your work life is going really well. Your romantic life is going very well. Um, but maybe you have some doubt in there. Okay. So, and that's where this nine of
Mhm.
swords comes in. There
Yeah.
might be a little bit of doubt in there somewhere that's causing you anxiety. So, like work, for example, if it's going really well, you're at the top. Maybe you are a little bit afraid of the people around you because they're watching you, right? Or you're afraid that the project might fail, something like that. Even though you're at the top right now,
Mhm.
let us know if that's making sense. What do you think,
Yep.
Kat, with this card?
That nine of swords is always about, to me, it's always about needless worry. Like you're lacking, you're really fretting over things. And because it's like a minor arcana, right? Like if it was the tower, I'd be like, okay,
Right.
there's something going on, right? But it's the nine of swords, which means it's worry, but it's worry that's within your control. The mindset, like we were saying earlier, you choose your attitude around things. And
Yes.
my card is saying, girl, you know, you have happiness is right there, right in front of you, ready for you to grasp. Success, everything wonderful. If you can just get out of your own damn head and stop overanalyzing things and stop worrying about things. Happiness is there. It's available to you at all times if you allow yourself to feel it. And a lot of us have a hard time with that. We have a hard time trusting and letting go and just enjoying life and living in the moment and finding what's beautiful
Right.
about the moment.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
yeah.
The sun, I will say this, the sun does have, there's a duality to the sun card. Meaning if you are, let's say you're doing something and it's really well and it's very successful, don't gloat, don't have the ego because the sun can burn you, right? So be very, very careful. You want to have a good balance when it comes to the sun card, right? It's just
I
like
also
going out and sun tanning, right? You go out there for a little while, you get a good tan. You go out there for too long, you're going to get burnt.
I'm
So
gonna
it's
read. I'm gonna read the mythical because this is the phoenix, right? This
Mhm.
is the phoenix mythical creature that they've used to represent the sun. So the phoenix is a fiery bird known for its immortality. At the end of its long life, it bursts into flames and is reborn from the ashes. This cycle of death and rebirth combines ancient wisdom and youthful innocence and optimism. It teaches us to improve ourselves as we get older while also staying in touch with our inner child. And in the Rider Waite deck, it's a son with a child on a horse. So there's a childlike aspect to the card as well, like an
Yeah.
innocence. Yeah, Very interesting pull, Felicia. Very
So
cool.
Felicia, is that resonating? Does that make sense for you? Let us know. Okay. So I think that was the
I think
last
that's
one.
everybody.
Yeah. And I don't see anyone on, no questions on the other one. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good.
Excellent. Great polls today. So you're going to get in touch with Daniel.
Yeah, if I can, yeah, absolutely.
Dan?
I believe that I want to say Daniel is from YouTube. So if
Okay.
he's on or watching this as a replay, contact me, and we'll go from there. Again, we'll give it a week. If no one claims Daniel doesn't claim it within the week, we will pull again. And Felicia's saying yes, thank you. You're very welcome.
You're so welcome.
Okay, everybody, thanks for joining. We'll be back again next week, I believe, and we will go from there.
And just a reminder, reach out to Steve directly too. If you want to do any more deep dives on some of these reads, they're very short teaser reads. They give you only so much information, but reach out to Steve if you want to do a little bit of a deeper dive on something and see what other information the cards have for you. So, and come back and see us next Sunday.
Yay. Okay,
Yay.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye, Sandy.